Hello, folks, and welcome to another WebEx Wednesday with the Academic Success Center. My name is Melissa, and I will be your host for the day. Without further delay, let's begin. Today's theme is procrastination blasting. Simply put, procrastination is something that impacts everyone at all levels of university. Students, professors, staff, faculty, admin, no level is completely immune to procrastination. If you happen to struggle with procrastination right now, we just need to find the strategy that works best for you and for the challenges you are experiencing. One of the big issues in productively understanding or addressing procrastination are the many misconceptions about it. So let's dive into those now. There are both external and internal misconceptions about procrastination. Externally, procrastination may look like you don't care what grade you get, that you don't care about the quality of your submitted work, that you don't care about due dates, and that you don't care about the impact that this has on your group mates or your study mates. These do not care misconceptions are how the external world can perceive procrastination. They can be held by anybody, and that ranges from your classmates to professors or even your parents or spouses at home. Internally, procrastination can be something we tell ourselves is okay, and it's just part of our process. This misconception grows because we may determine that we work our best when under pressure, or that we always just somehow find the time. So, can it really be that bad? Unfortunately, yes. And if for no other reason than the stress it does cause you and the incorrect perception of you that it may be creating for other people. In general, it boils down to a perception, whether externally or internally, that there's a lack of motivation. But how true is that? So let's set the record straight. Procrastination is not, I repeat, not a lack of motivation. The root of the issue is actually just action. Procrastinators are motivated persons. They're as motivated as anyone else in their class, but they have fears or confusion or a dependence on stress that creates an inaction. Fear may seem like a strong word, but as students, we are all hoping to do well, to get good grades, and to get our degree. With that investment of hope comes some amount or some form of fear, and that can be a fear of failing, a fear of creating subpar work, a fear of not being perfect, a fear of being evaluated or critiqued, or a fear of what others may think of you if you're not perfect, or not meeting many expectations that you, your family, or others put on you. Another entirely legitimate state to find yourself in, which can breed procrastination, is confusion. And this could be confusion of how to get started, or confusion of how to follow through to the end of your project or readings. To overturn procrastination, you just need to jumpstart action, and you have to do it in clear and healthy ways. Here at the Academic Success Center, we have an easy 3-stage system to help you start procrastination blasting today. The 3 stages for this system are get organized, get focused, and get rewarded. Through this approach, you'll set up a system customized to you, your distractors, your needs, and your preferences. Stage 1 is get organized. Getting organized is your very first step. It helps establish your starting point, it confirms your due dates, and it sets priorities. I recommend downloading the ASC Semester Planner. It walks you through the process of organization from the big picture of your whole semester right down to your daily schedule. When you input on your semester planner all of your assignment due dates and testing dates, along with the percentage they are of your final mark, you'll have a master plan for how to complete your semester. That takes away some of the confusion and fears. The ASC Semester Planner also offers a weekly prep planner that will help map out which items are your priorities that week. Plus, it also creates your to-do itemization list, helps you develop a self-care plan so you don't burn out, and identifies a success network to help support you through your week. So best of all, they also visually show you when you have multiple courses having assignments or tests happening at the same time. So when you have this planner, it stops crunch time or cram week from sneaking up on you by letting you know, start earlier, what's coming, or what to plan for, and reach out for help sooner if you have to. If you haven't started a semester weekly planner yet, it is never too late. Today is a great day to begin. Stage 2 is getting focused. So you've planned out your semester, created your weekly schedule, everything's there on paper, but now you're in it. So how do we zero in on how to get focused when you're engaged in one of your coursework or your study blocks of your schedule? The first area of focus is how to start a task. That can be addressed through using the 5-minute motivator strategy. For this strategy, set a timer for just 5 minutes on your phone or your computer. Decide on one small goal. So for example, if you're like me and you have a paper worth 25% coming up, you may just feel completely frozen and confused on how to even begin. Challenge yourself for 5 minutes to sit down and brainstorm every possible topic or thesis you could explore. Write down everything. And I mean everything, whether it's too big, too small, too ridiculous, or even too bland. You just write it down. Then when the timer goes off, stop. Your 5 minutes are done. Just stand up, step away, turn around, whatever you have to do. Just take a minute to move and detach, and then come back. Review what you had written down. Start scratching things off your list. Start scratching things off that are maybe not the idea you want to go with. And then set a new 5-minute challenge. Maybe that could be 5 minutes looking up journal articles related to your chosen topic using them on library database. Doesn't mean you have to read every article. You're just looking for 5 minutes and then you're stopping. The 5-minute motivator is just that. It is just 5 minutes. You can go strong and then you pause. It's here to kickstart action. If at 5 minutes you feel you could do a bit more or you've just about completed something but you need a little bit more time, reset the timer, go for another 5. The second area of focus is staying focused on the task at hand. And this can be addressed using the Pomodoro method. One of the things that can derail us in our success is to confuse microtasking with multitasking, which we hear so often how great someone is at multitasking or how good it is to be able to multitask. But why this might not be beneficial is really key to understand. So, like I said, microtasking. Microtasking is actually what you might be getting yourself involved in more often than not. Microtasking is when you have a lot of mini tasks that collectively are using up a lot of your time, but you're often not creating good measurable results, or you're not getting to go through to completion with something. So for example, you may be trying to multitask, but what you are actually doing is microtasking by studying while doing laundry, while writing down items for your grocery list for later tonight, and keeping an eye on your supper that you're about to cook. As you can imagine, it very quickly snowballs, and pretty quickly, no human could pull this off successfully all at once. It's not you, it is just the snowball of what is going on. So monotasking is the solution. It is when you pick one priority task and you focus on just it. So the Pomodoro method is hugely promoted, not just by MUN, but by universities, companies, organizations all around the world. So for the Pomodoro method, you monotask for 25 minutes on a singular prioritized item. Then after the 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. Once those 5 minutes are up, you start a new cycle of 25 of monotasking, and that can be the same monotask as before. So if you're doing a big paper, it could be doing the paper for 25, break for 5 minutes. Back to the paper for 25, break for 5 minutes. So you do this for 4 cycles. At the end of those 4 cycles, you get an extended 25-minute break. Use this big break to move around, have tea, make a phone call, just do anything that'll recharge your physical, mental, or social self. But make sure that 25 minutes you're getting away from the work that you were doing during your monotask. After you've done the 4 cycles and you've done your big break, you start again at cycle 1 of the Pomodoro. For some of us, distractions are just going to be something that continues to pop up, no matter if you're doing the 5-minute motivator, the Pomodoro, anything. So these can be active distractions, such as scrolling social media on your phone, or they can be unexpected distractions, like your phone beeping with a new notification. If it's something you can eliminate right away, go for it. So if it's your phone, maybe you put it on silent for 30 minutes. Otherwise, once you notice you are distracted, log it by writing it down and then engage in a disruptor. Disruptors are meant to be very quick, but very active and thoughtful ways to reset away from the disruptor. For example, if you're involved in a disruptor, we'll just say scrolling social media, you can stop and say a mantra. So specifically look for one that's a positive affirmation and is short. Something like, today I'm doing my best and I'm getting better every day. You could also try doing a stand-up reset where you do exactly that. You just stand up, take a nice breath, sit back down, go right to task. Or you can try a movement moment. This could be walking a couple paces, doing a quick stretch. It's anything that has these body and brain positive reset moments that could be exactly what you need to jumpstart right back into your monotask, refreshed and feeling ready. Later, when you're on a long rest period, a flex hour, or are just done with your day, look at your distractors list. Are any of them ones that could be redirected into being used as a reward instead of being a distraction? If you enjoy social media, could this be used for a 5-minute Pomodoro break as you do some stretches? Now for the best part, stage 3, get rewarded. When you've dedicated yourself to a success strategy with a planner and you've engaged in your focused activities, you'll have both the time and the cause for some reward. It may sound silly to say, but your reward for finishing a task cannot be to immediately start a new task, especially when you're first starting out with these and you're looking to create new positive habits. When considering a reward, scale it to the size of the task that you've completed. So if you're trying a 5-minute motivator, this would be a small time task. And there you get a small size reward. So for me, this could be listening to my favorite part of a song. And once that part ends, I'm back on task again. With the 5-minute motivator, if you have pushed your 5 minutes out because you thought you were getting something, so you kept going a little bit longer, adjust your reward as well. You've now gone longer, you get a bit bigger of a reward. If you're trying a Pomodoro cycle, and you've completed 25 minutes of monotask time, then you should engage in a medium-sized reward. So for me, this could be watching a 5-minute video on YouTube while I walk around my room. Once I hit the 5 minutes, my Pomodoro's up, it alerts me, I'm gonna pause that video, I'm gonna go back to monotasking for another 25 minutes. Now at the end of 4 Pomodoro cycles, I've completed overall a large time task, and I will have a large reward for that. For me, this may be having my favorite cup of tea while chatting with a friend. When possible, again, try to involve self-care rewards that benefit your physical, mental, or emotional needs. These are things that we like to neglect and forget to take care of, and especially once you're getting into cram weeks, midterms and things on the horizon, keep these as priorities as well. So then at the end of your day, I want you to take an honest moment to recognize your efforts and the hard work you've been putting in as a student and as a person. Congratulate yourself on what you were able to get done. A quick thank you to the following references and resources which were used to help inform today's presentation.